Dragonite, hey Dragonite, hey Dragonite,
Shake it out. Breathe it in. Hi, my name is Jasmine, and I am the CEO and founder of Black Imperium. So, the reason we're here today, as you know, we're in January 2021, and honestly, I'm looking for a new energy. I wanted to try something different, a little bit out of my comfort zone, and you know, I'm launching a business this year, and this is a place where I can connect with the community and just kind of see what's going on out there. I want to touch base and just like be familiar with all of the good things that are happening in the world. I know a lot of not so good things are happening in the world, and this is the time that we all should connect and do what we can to better our community and like stand together and make changes, real changes that will affect not only this generation but the next generations to come. So this is my attempt for 2021 to kind of like put some new energy out there, some new confidence. I'd like to work on some goals that I have, and I know I'm not the only one. Everyone out there is trying to find their place in the thing that makes them feel good and the thing that's going to take them to the next level that they see for themselves. Okay, why is it called Neighborhood Lime? First off, neighborhood comes from Black Imperium. If you are a member, you will have full access to our Slack room. You can join the neighborhood and you communicate with all of the community members as well as other business industry professionals, and you can chat, ask questions, talk. Anyways, the lime, we gonna bust a lime. Now, my family is from Trinidad and Tobago. Now that's about here, if you're looking at it on a map. And when we say we're gonna bust a lime, that means I'm gonna go over to a friend's house. I'm gonna hang out, I'm gonna chill. We're gonna have some great conversation. It's gonna be very relaxed, it's gonna be very mellow, it's gonna be very chill. There's a couple things that we're gonna do here. I first would like to learn something new. I know you do too. I know you do. I know you do. You do. Every month we meet, we're gonna learn something new. I think that I don't know enough. Every day there's new information out there. Ever feel like you just don't know everything? I do. There's also some cool things that I know that I'm gonna share with you. There are a couple of courses and there are a couple of budgets. There's some cool people that I want to connect you with. We're gonna meet with a couple of influencers. We're gonna chat. We're gonna learn some like across the board. There's like music, there's art, there's fashion, there's business, there's finance, there's property management, property investment, just so many cool things that I have for you. I just cannot wait. Macau wait. So this year, 2021, I am launching my new business, Black Imperium. If you know me, if you're a friend of me, you know that this is not my first attempt at creating a business. It is one of my passions. This is about the third, fourth time I'm around kind of doing something like this, and it's all a learning experience. I personally have so much fun in just kind of like that startup phase. I'm super excited because it is a company that I've created for all people of color. It is something that is all inclusive for anybody like you or me who is trying to get ahead in their professional world but doesn't necessarily know how. You can use a lot of your favorite social networking sites like Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, and we can connect in that way. And it's all about educating and providing that information for the generations. In my last 3 years of living in LA, I have been very blessed. I will say I've been very blessed in the sense of being able to find work and grasping great opportunities, but there are a lot of things I didn't know. There are a lot of things that I still don't know, and I'd like to make that a little bit easier for the next person coming through. Yes, it is almost about mid-January, and I don't know about you, but I'm ready to put 2020 behind me, all the way behind. but I recognize that that comes with a lot of work for myself. So internally, I want to make this year a year about evolvement, understanding, seeing things from a new perspective. I hope you can understand where I'm coming from. All a part of Neighborhood Lime is being on that journey with me. We're gonna go on so many random adventures. I want this channel to be not only a learning experience for me, but a learning experience for you, and we can learn together. So the first topic, and today is what we're gonna touch on in a little bit, organization, and just finding kind of your triggers for what make things a little bit not as organized as you would like them to be. We all have really busy schedules. We all have tons of things that are constantly coming at us from different angles, new things, new people we're meeting, new experiments we're trying to go through in our professional worlds. And it's hard, honestly. And on top of that, the world is constantly crashing and burning. So it's not to blame. There's no one to blame for the reason why some of these things are not getting done. But what I want to do is look at some of these problems in a different way. Why is it that I have such an issue organizing and keeping things on track when I want to keep them in motion? So to kick things off, I just wanted to touch base on a mini subject this week. And this is something that I think everybody struggles with, and we can all benefit from just having a little bit of insight as we head deep into 2021, and just a little bit of insight on ways we can be a little more organized. That is the number one place I think to start up in any realm. I personally, whether I'm cooking, whether I'm about to do something in my apartment, whether I'm about to do anything, I like to make sure all of my ducks are in a row before I propel forward. And I think that's something that we can just, a great jump off point. So first things first, let's go into organization. Just with organization in general, I work a full-time job as well as I am starting a business, as well as I kind of manage a couple other projects outside of that. Now, I take care of 2 pets, and also try to balance my own social time in between all of that. Now, for everybody, depending on your life, depending if you have children, if you're in school, if you work a full-time job, if you work at home, most of us are working at home right now. Depending on what your schedule may be, these things, I think they can still all help. It's just about looking at things in a new way and finding a way to make it work for you. So the first thing that I want to touch base on is schedule free time for yourself. Oh my gosh, this is the most important thing. Now, if you think about other aspects of your life, whenever, let's for example use budgeting, right? You have a full paycheck, it's 100%, you try to save 10 to 15% of that every month. You should look at your time as that same thing. You use a budget to kind of keep in line your actual, your spendings for the month, for the year, whatever that may be. You have to think of your time as that same thing. You're one person. You only have 24 hours in a day, and about 8 of those are sleeping. So that already brings you down to 14? No, 8, 16. That already brings you down to 16 hours of constantly being like, there's just not enough hours in the day. Where did all the time go? I get off of work at 5 o'clock. By the time I get home and get settled in, it's already 7. And then I gotta eat, and then I gotta work out, and then I gotta make sure I'm reading, or I gotta make sure I'm doing some sort of hobby. Gotta take care of the kids, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. The best part about this, the absolute advantage of making sure that you have available free time is when you're in that free time, you don't have anything else to worry about. You have scheduled time to take care of your other things, but in this time, in this moment right now, this is for me, period. That is the best and most important term, is keeping things manageable and finding things that work for you. It's all about you, baby. Dos. There are millions and trillions and billions of videos and sources and links and just all these people out there, God bless their hearts, willing to help with all these organizational tips and things that can just make your life better on a day-to-day. But what happens is we try to go by these like guidelines, and sometimes these things don't work just for your generic person. We are all individuals, we all live very different lives, and so that brings me to my second tip is know your triggers. Know your triggers. We are in 2021 very familiar with trigger warnings. Now, you should be very aware of what yours are, and I'm not using that in the bad sense. I'm just trying to say is, you know what are the things that are going to make you lazy. If you know at certain days, at certain times, maybe you're hanging out with friends, or you tend to be a little more distracted during this time, like don't schedule something that is very important. That if you want to schedule, like I need to be working on my business, I want to, balance my checkbooks. I don't know if people still do that in 2021. I want to, maybe write my book or write my screenplay or whatever it may be. Like don't, because then you're just gonna end up feeling worse about yourself. You're gonna feel like, I always like set myself up for failure because I planned this and then I wasn't able to get to it. Moral of the story is you don't want to set yourself up for failure. And a lot of times we do that. We have all of these really great tips and things that can help us get to the next level. But the most important thing is making sure that you are designing it for yourself and understanding what are going to be the things that like may derail you, recognizing that, being in that moment and bringing yourself back. Now, let's go to number 3. That's it. 3. Support. Okay. This is a big one. This is a hard one for 2021. We are all living in a world where social distancing and just kind of quarantine, working, living at home, constantly by ourselves right now. And it's really hard to find support. It's really hard to, I find myself wanting to just curl up in a ball and cry because for what? I haven't had any social interaction, human interaction, or real genuine interactions in a minute. So it feels good to, moral of the story is to have support. There are support groups, there are people out there. I am going to plug right now Black Imperium, and we have it's not necessarily a support group, but we have a Slack group where you can communicate and share. It's a judgment-free zone where you can feel valued and heard for your opinion. The most important thing for support is like someone that is accountable along with you. Now, I'm going to use this as an example. Everybody's New Year's resolution is always to lose weight. In efforts to work out this year, I have a group of friends where we have like a group chat going, and in these times you can't necessarily go to the gym or go to somebody's house and work out. So as an accountability, we have just been like, once you work out, send a quick picture of yourself to your friend and just be like, hey, I worked out. And then it's motivation in the sense you just get your picture and you're like, oh, I should work out now too. That's just a small example of accountability and just kind of making sure that you have support. If you're looking for support, look at the link below, and there's some great links for some great resources for other support groups and other like-minded people, other great businesses that have, whether that be you're looking for financial support, whether that be you're looking for therapy support, whatever that may be. Look below. We have some resources, some links that you can look around on, and hopefully that helps. Anyways, that wraps it up. That's it. That's all I got for you today. Anyways, thank you so much for joining the first episode of Neighborhood Life. Yes, my dog is looking at me like I'm a crazy person right now. Totally fine. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram. That's going to be bl.imperium. And you can always go to our website and become a member, or just sign up and get some really great updates at blackimperium.co. gonna bust a line every month with our neighborhood, and we will learn something new. I will teach you something new. You can meet someone new. There's just so much more. I want to thank you for joining us this month, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye. Mwah. Bye. Go and check out blackimperium.co.